speaker, trainer, and business coach. Julie owns Museo Marketing, an international coaching company specializing in business strategy, coaching, marketing, social media, websites, and search engine optimization. She's going to be talking today about how you can be successful in 2014. I've heard fantastic things about her. I've not heard Julie myself yet, so I'm looking forward to it as well. So would we all give her a round of applause?
At the end, we're going to do 8 drawings that Kat, I believe, is going to do for HPBA. And then I'm going to draw for one of my books, which, one of my Advertising Evolution books, which is on traditional, social, and digital media. And I'm also going to draw for a free half-hour consultation with me, which at the end I'll tell you why that's a pretty valuable deal. So you'll want to stick around till the end. And I'm going to talk fast, seriously, because I have a lot to tell you. I want to teach you a lot. When I was getting ready for this with Kat, it was hard to, I kept taking slides out because I knew I was getting too much in there. So let's go, and I hope, let's hold all questions to the end. Distractions. Just a minute, please. You don't mind if I text me? Isn't that rude? Mm-hmm. People do that to you all the time. Which is some of my friends going, you don't have to take this call, will you? And you're looking at your watch because you know you got a presentation. Your time's just as valuable, but that's what people do to people. We're rude to each other. If you're doing that to people, and as a matter of fact, I don't know if I have mine on sound. I better check. Ooh, I had it on sound. All right, so it's on silent. I hope you silence yours. The world has come to a technological distraction. It steals our time. It just sucks it up. Email, texting, the internet, social media, everything. This is my son having lunch with me. I snapped that picture and having lunch with him. Can't you tell we were having a really nice lunch? It's really scary because that's what's going on in the world. And if you're doing that to people, you have to have a good reason. If you don't have a good reason, you're telling the person that you're with, they really aren't very important. Whether you're with your family, whether you're with your business, you have to have eye contact. You have to have focus. This young man tells me he thinks he has short-term memory loss. And I said, you don't have short-term memory loss. You don't focus. You never listen. You are on this iPhone 24/7. I have a love-hate for technology. I absolutely love it because I'm a little geeky, not totally geeky, a little bit. I love it for what it's given us, but I hate it for what it's done to us. Because every one of us in here has a smartphone, and the second we walk out, we're going to be glued to the smartphone. Oh my God, it's like the mailman. What can I get? More candy. We're addicted to this stuff. True story. Last week I was getting my hair done. I paid her a lot of money to do my hair. I'm in the chair. I got a wet head. She's got the scissor. I started telling her about something I wanted to sell, and she said, just a minute, let me get my iPhone. I want to show you something. And I'm sitting there. My daughters are holding dinner for me. And she's looking at her phone, and I'm thinking, I gotta get out of here. So she brings over the iPhone, which I can't see anyway because I'm really, really farsighted. So she's got it right here, and I'm like, yep. Can't see a darn thing. And I'm thinking, what the heck time is it? I gotta get out of here. Yeah, that looks good, babe. So she says, oh, looky here. I have 5 emails. And she starts doing her emails. And I'm sitting in the chair, and she's got the scissors. I said, Peggy, stop doing your email. Finish. I gotta go. She said, oh yeah. And she was really. She had checked out. Seriously, she was in the email. It was unbelievable that I saw her do that. Another true story. I was at the beach last year with my family. 2 beautiful people come out of the water. We were at the dunes. These 2 young people come out of the water. You could tell they were dating. And when they come out of the water, I don't even think they looked at each other. They marched right to their sun chairs, grabbed their phones, and started doing this. They didn't even have a conversation. People have stopped talking to each other. It's unbelievable, and we wonder why the divorce rate is so high. I mean, it's really gotten quite scary. So as I was talking to Kat, thinking about what can I talk to you about, there's 3 things I want to talk to you about, and I hope you all get value. I have clients in here, so some of you have seen, I'm going to show you some videos also, just to make it entertaining, but I hope you get value. I'm going to talk to you about getting clear on what your goals are, because so many people don't know, what do you want? What do you want in your business? What do you want in your life? People just don't really stop in this fast-paced world to think about what do you really want. And then once you get clear, I'm going to have you take a little exercise. I've given you some materials there on the table. I apologize, some of you probably won't have any. We're going to do a goal exercise, and then I'm going to teach you some strategies. I promise I'll teach you some strategies on technology. Oops. I don't usually use this little contraption. So clarity, what do you want? What do you want in life? Are you happy? Are you happy in your business? Are you happy in your marriage? Are you happy with your parents? Are you happy in everything you do? What do you want? And the reason I have you highlighted, what's happening in your life? Have you stopped long enough to really think about it? A lot of people meditate. A lot of people do yoga so they can think about what do you really want? You, not your significant other, not your kids, not your parents, not somebody else. What do you want? Because you know what? You came in this world alone, you're going out alone. What do you want? I want you to really think about it. Are you happy? And if you're not, what's holding you back? So when you figure out what you want to model somebody who's doing what you want to do. Because chances are what you want to do, somebody else has already done it and they're successful at it. So if you want to have a better marriage, model somebody who's successful. What are they doing? If you want to have a bakery, what is that bakery doing? Model somebody. Model the person that's successful doing what you want to do. Or hire a coach, or get a mentor. Start reading some books. Get some audio tapes, videos. But model people who are doing what you're doing, because success leaves tracks. So model them. Do what they're doing. And then I want you to resolve your inner conflicts. I'm a business coach. People tell me all sorts of things like, I don't know if I really deserve to be successful. My faith, I'm just not sure that money is bad. And if you think money is bad, I want you to read this book by T. Harv Eker. I was an ambassador for him for a year. T. Harv Eker wrote Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He's awesome. This book will talk about your money thermostat. If you have issues with money, if you've capped yourself, which most of us have, this is an awesome book which will help you uncap yourself. But if you want a better life, you can have a better life. You just have to do a few things. Oops, I'm not good at that. There we go. Okay. Do you have meaning in your life? And do you have balance? What do you want? Do you want to get in shape? Do you need emotional strength? If you do, maybe you should get a coach. Maybe you should get a personal coach. You should read books, tapes. It's who you become. Are you a good partner? You need to work on you. It's not what you know, it's who you become. So are you who you want to be? Your career, is it where you want it to be? Are you happy? Do you get up in the morning and go to work and you're excited? Because if you're not, that sucks. If you're laying in bed thinking, I gotta get up, that is a big drag, and you need to do something about it because you got a long life ahead of you. And you can change. You don't have to stay where you're at. You can change your career. If you're in a business that you want to do, you don't want to do, you're not happy about it, it is a drudge to you, sell it. Get rid of it. Do something else. Finances. Are your finances in order? If you don't know how to do these things, find somebody who can help you to do them. Get a mentor. Model a successful person. Get a coach. Read books. But don't make excuses. Because we lie loudest when we lie to ourselves. Awareness. If you know that you want change and you can recognize that you really do want change, don't lie to yourself until you're happy. Don't tell yourself that you're happy if you're not, because that is a really sad way to live. It's hard. It'll get harder the older you get. And change is hard. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you that it's easy, because it's not. But you can do it. Do you have reasons or results? T. Harv Eker in this book is going to say to you, do you have reasons or results? What a reason is, it's an excuse. Well, you don't understand, Julie. I don't have the money. That's fine. Let's find a way to get you the money. Let's find a way to get you it free. Let's find some way to get you what you want. There is a way. Don't give me that excuse. I can talk for a whole day at a seminar and tell people why they can do what they want to do, and somebody will come up at the end and say, but Julie, you don't understand. I have a special circumstance. No, you don't. If other people can do it, you can do it. I want you to tell yourself that you can do it because you can. Except, if you want change, there's a cost. You're the conductor of your life. Most people allow life to pass them by. You get out of high school, some go to college, then you get a job, then you get a house, you get married, you have kids, you get tired, you're so far in bed you can never dig out. But you're the conductor of your life. What do you want? You can do anything you want. So just decide that you want it. But you need to realize that there's a cost. You have to change your habits, and we all have bad habits, but you can change habits. According to Zig Ziglar, it takes you 21 days to change a habit. It takes money. If you want a new career, you want a new business, it costs money. There's sacrifice. Maybe your friends are going out on Friday night, and you can't because you own a business. A lot of business owners here know that you do make sacrifices. You might have to change your routine. Maybe you can't go out for Friday night fish. You might have to act differently around money, because once you read Think and Grow Rich, you're going to realize you've capped yourself. Maybe your friends and family will get upset. What I'd like you to do, a lot of you have read Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read it lately, read it again. This is one of the greatest books ever written by Napoleon Hill in 1929. It has been revised. It's an awesome book. The reason it's so awesome is Napoleon Hill interviewed via Dale Carnegie so many successful people, and he tells you in here why these people are successful. If you want to learn how to be successful, read this book. It is an awesome book. And when you're done reading this book, it's going to teach you how to know that you have a burning desire to have something. And that's how you get it. You've got to have a burning desire, especially if you own a business and have a career and have a marriage and all those things stacked on top of it, because none of it's easy. So you have to have that burning desire to get what you want. Your wings already exist. All you have to do is fly. It's already there. You already have it. I know it. Don't tell yourself you can't do it. Take 100% responsibility for everything in your life, because you are responsible, and don't blame everybody else. And I was going to play one other tape, but I'm not going to, because I don't think we're going to have time. But just looking at this, if you want to be successful, you have to take full responsibility for everything in your life. Your level of achievements, your results, your relationships, your health, your income, your debts, your feelings, everything. That's a quote by Jack Canfield, one of the greats in coaching business. I had my parents over last week for dinner, and my dad's 82 and he's got bad knees, and he's 82, he's getting bad. Neither one of them work. And I said to them, so you walking on the treadmill? Well, we do it maybe once or twice a week. I said, you know, you really should do it once a day. Use it or lose it. Well, it's probably more like once a week. I got nothing better to do. And so my dad says, well, it's her fault. And I said, well, why is it her fault? Because she won't go down there with me. You know, and I didn't have an answer for that because it was so ridiculous. But that's what we do. We blame other people. You have to take 100% responsibility for every single solitary thing in your life. Excuses. Winners have solutions. Losers have excuses. Winners fix things. Losers state, it's not my problem. Winners are always part of the result. Losers are always a part of the problem. If your support team, if your significant other, your friends, your family, if they don't support your dreams, your family, you can't get rid of them. You just kind of got to not associate with them as much. Holidays can be rough. But if your friends don't support you, and they tell you that your dreams are stupid and you'll never, you know, what were you thinking? I mean, there's no way you can do that. You need new friends. And if you have negative friends, negative people will bring you down. You need positive friends. You might need some new friends. If your negative people are bringing you, you will never bring them up. They will always bring you down. You become like the people you associate with. If your significant other is negative or your kids are negative, you really can't change it. You can only change your own behavior. Because it's all about you, it's not about them. So get a support system that supports your dreams. Are you happy or do you need change? I'm going to talk a lot about writing down your goals, because you need to write down your goals. Just having a goal isn't enough. Having it in your head is like smoke. You know yourself, if you think about something and you don't write it down, and then the next day you want to tell somebody about it or you want to do it, you can't remember what it was. You've got to write it down. All of these areas I want you to think about. Are you doing what you want to do? Have you achieved success? Are you on the path to success? I want to tell you a true story, and I verified this story. I tell this a lot in my coaching. In 1979, the Harvard School of Business had a graduating class, and you would think the people in the Harvard School of Business are really bright because they are. They're some of the best. And they asked the graduating class, do you have goals? And 84% of the people didn't even have goals that were graduating. 13% had goals, but they didn't write them down. And 3% had goals that were clearly written down. And 10 years later, in 1989, they went back to the graduating class of 1979, and they asked them what their wealth and income was. The 13% that had goals but didn't write them down, on average, had double the income of the 84% that didn't have goals. And the 3% that wrote them down had, on average, 10 times the income of the entire group, of the other 97%. The 3% that wrote them down. That's why I want you to write your goals down, and that's why we're going to do this little exercise, because you've got to write it down. If you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. So in front of you, most of you, I apologize, that some of you may not have this. The first sheet has it says 3 goals. And I want you to think about 6 areas: financial, career, relationship, business, health, and creativity. And I want you to circle the top 3 that you want to make changes in your life. And I don't want you to think about how right now. Let's say if you could do anything, you could wave a magic wand, you could have it. What would you want? What would your goal be? So write down those top 3, circle the ones, and then write down what you would want. Don't spend a significant amount of time, because we're going to dig a little deeper. But do you want to earn more money? How much? Do you want a different job? What's your dream job? Do you want to double your sales? Are you maybe you want to get married? Maybe you want better friends. Maybe you want to have a baby. Business. Maybe you want your business to be 30% more profitable. By when? Maybe you want your sales to double. Maybe you want to sell your company. By when? Maybe your health. Maybe you want to ride a marathon. Maybe you want to become a size 10 or lose so many pounds. Creativity. Do you want to write a book? Do you want to sing at the Bluebird in Nashville? Maybe you want to do a CD. Maybe you got paintings and you want to sell your paintings. Maybe you want to do paintings. What do you want? Write that down real quick. I'll give you about another 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide, because now I want to talk about power goals. There's 3 different kind of goals. There are super easy goals, which you know already that you can achieve your super easy goals. And then there's easy goals, which you're pretty sure you can reach. And then there's power goals. And what a power goal is, it's a big, scary, burning desire type of goal, this kind of goal, that you know you have to get out of your comfort zone to do. But I want you to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because the only way you can really succeed and really get the dreams that's on that power goal paper is to get out of your comfort zone and to be proactive and to get a team that's going to help you surround yourself with people that are going to help you get there. Maybe it's a mastermind group. And as Bob Proctor would say, if your goal is not scary and exciting, then it probably is not a good goal for you. So if whatever you wrote down really doesn't excite you, then it's not a good goal. So I'm going to play one more CD for you before you do that. Because I want this to fire you up. Albert Einstein says that the definition of insanity is to continue to do what you've always done and expect different results. So now I want you to take that second page, and I want you to look at your goals that you just wrote down. I want you to really take a look at them, and I want you to make power goals. I want you to change them to power goals. Because you know you can do it. I know you can do it because I'm telling you you can do it because I know you can do it. I'm absolutely certain of it. Because I've seen people do stuff and I've done stuff myself. So write down your power goals. And I apologize if you don't all have a sheet because we ran out. But remember how important it is to write your goals down. If you have a book in you, write it. Get a writing coach. I wrote my book last year. I got a writing coach. It wasn't nearly as hard as I thought. So now that you changed them, are you excited about it? Are you going to leave here and start working on it? Because that's what I want you to do. There's another book I want you to read. It is called The Power of Discipline. It's one of the best little books I've ever read by Brian Tracy, another one of the greats. There's two things that's going to take you out from reaching your goals. One is fear, and the other is lack of discipline. If you lack discipline, and we all lack it to some degree, I want you to read this book. This book will help you reach your goals in 7 areas of your life, pretty much everything. And it'll teach you how to gain control of your discipline. Because if you are the smartest person in the room and you lack discipline, you will not reach your goals. But if you have a high school education, or even not even a high school education, and you are highly, highly disciplined and you know how to get stuff done, you can do anything. So you need to first get clear. You already got clear. You wrote down your goals. What I want you to do when you leave here is I want you to take those 3 goals, and I want you to start with the first one, the most important one, the one that you would want to have happen the most. And list everything on a piece of paper. Put that goal at the top of a piece of paper. And then start listing everything you would have to do to achieve that goal. And then when you get that done, then I want you to organize and prioritize it. The first thing you have to do. You're probably going to have to add some things to the list as you go. But then I want you to take action, and I want you to start, do the first one. Maybe tomorrow you don't want to do the first one, you want to do the 5th one. But start doing something every day. What discipline means is doing what you should do, when you should do it, whether you want to do it or not. You have to force yourself. And fear will take you out, and that's why you need to get a support group to help you reach your dreams. You have to have loving people around you, people that will say, yeah, that's a great idea. You know what else you could do? You could do this, that, and the other thing. Instead of people who would say, you know what's the problem with your idea? I'll tell you what the problem with your idea is. You don't want to be around people like that. You want to be around cheerleaders. You want to get tapes, you want to get books, because being successful is not easy. When you look at someone successful, they don't have an easy life. They're just like you and me. They get up in the morning and they put their pants on just like you and me, one leg at a time. And they have a support group, and they listen to audio tapes, and they read books, and that's how they get this stuff done. So strategy, I promised you some strategies. So I want you to take that back, make sure you work on it. I'd love to talk to you about it. Well, let's talk about some strategies now. The internet and your website. The reason the internet, as we go through these slides, I want you to think about your own behavior. How do you act? How do you act on the internet? When you want to buy something, where do you go? Do you drive down Main Street and look for the place to buy something at? Or do you jump on the internet and look at the people's website? If you're selling business to business, more than 80% of the people say the first place they go is to the internet, to the website. So that's why I have the website in the middle, because it's the nucleus. It is the most important piece of real estate that you have for what you do and your company. And if it's not good, if you think your website isn't good, it's not good. It's probably worse than you think. And if your website isn't doing what you need it to do, you have to get it fixed. You have to hire people to get it fixed, or you have to fix it yourself. If you're a do-it-yourselfer and you think you can do a job, then do it. But if it's not good, you got to get it fixed, because your website is so incredibly important. And SMM, that's social media marketing, and the SEO is search engine optimization. So the reason those are around the website is because social media and search engine like Google, Bing, Yahoo, they push people to your website. And that's what social media is designed to do, to push people to your website. You don't want to keep people on social media, you want to push them to your website. Because if Mark Zuckerberg decides tomorrow he doesn't like your Facebook account, it's gone. You have no control of social media whatsoever. They own it. You don't have any rights to it whatsoever. Doesn't matter whether you've had it for 15 years. They own it. You don't. So you want to get people on your website. You want to get them into your email mailing list, because then you have control. And then you can do some really cool things. But you got to get them off of those things. And that's why you have to start with the website, and it has to be an awesome website. Go back and look at your website. If you don't like it, get it changed. The average person, and it's not only young people, it's older people now too, it's people 70 plus are on the internet. I just talked to a friend of mine who was about 76 years old. She was working on this great project. I said, where'd you get the idea for that? And she said, I just Google that shit. So think about it. That's not an excuse, because it doesn't matter what age you are, you're on the internet. This is what people are doing. Research. 62% of people are using it for research. Banking. Half of it. I don't even know how I bank without bill pay. Shopping, 58%. Meeting people, 15%. Information about health, 62%. You know, we see our doctors now on the internet. They do those little videos. Making travel reservations, 43%. I hope there's no travel agents in here, but I never use one. I go right to the internet. You know, I've got my Southwest number. I've got all my little rewards things, and I never use a travel agent. Looking for jobs, 45%. If you're looking for a job, you gotta be on LinkedIn. Speaking of LinkedIn, you gotta have a phenomenal profile. If you're in business, you have got to look at your LinkedIn profile, because that's your resume. That's where people are going. They're looking at LinkedIn, and if you don't like your LinkedIn profile, you gotta change it. You gotta spend some time changing it, because it's your resume. And if you want to get a job, what you want to do first is get your LinkedIn profile up to snuff where you want it to be. Get help if you don't know how to do it. Take a course on it, but get where you want it to be. And then join LinkedIn's job search, because it's awesome. But you don't want to join it until your LinkedIn profile is good. To tell you how big the internet is, this is Cyber Monday, and then I'll get off, because I don't have much time to prove it to you, but the internet is absolutely massive, what people are buying on it. This is Cyber Monday. In 2006, which is the first Cyber Monday ever recorded, $610 million worth of merchandise and services were sold on Cyber Monday. In 2007, $730 million. 2008, $846 million. 2009, $887 million. 10. $1 billion. In 2011, $1.2 billion. 2012 was $1.5 billion. And guess what? In 2013, there was $2.29 billion sold on the internet on Cyber Monday, and that was a 16% increase. The internet, folks, isn't going away. You have got to get on it, and you have to have an awesome presence. 18% of that $2.29 billion was done on mobile phones, and that was an 80% increase from the year before. If your website is not mobile friendly, you have to go back to your office and get it mobile friendly, because by 2015, think about your own behavior. What are you doing? You're picking up, the second you leave this room, you're picking up that smartphone. Social media, here's the benefits. And I know I'm talking fast, but there's a chance you can get more out of me. Here's the percentages. Increased exposure. What is the benefits of social media? 89% say they get increased exposure. Increased traffic, 75%. Provide marketplace insights, 69%. Develop loyal fans, 65%. Generate leads, 61%. Improved search rankings, 58%. That's getting really, really important, because Google is putting major emphasis on social media. Growing business partnerships, 54%. Reduced marketing expenses, 47%. Facebook ads work, Google ads work. Improved sales, 43%. That's what people are using it for. And what I want to say to you is, think about this. You're an expert in your business. If you don't feel like you're an expert at social media and your website, you need to hire an expert. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you a quick story. If you were going to build a house, would you hire me to do it? Would you give me a hammer and say, Julie, build me a house? I'd build you a shack. The thing wouldn't even stand up. If you built it yourself, it wouldn't stand up. But if you hire a carpenter who knows how to use that hammer and who knows how to use those tools, he's going to build you an awesome home that's magnificent. Social media and your website is no different. If you are not cutting it on social media, and I know most of you in here are not, how do I know? Because most people are not. You have to get somebody who knows how to use the tool, because social media is a tool and it works. And I'm going to show you a couple examples of how well it works, but you don't want to play on it. It's a tool, it works. Here's an example of how powerful Facebook can be. Nilla Wafers, owned by Kraft, they decided to do an experiment last August. So they took Nilla Wafers, and they typically do offline marketing like television and radio, and they do online marketing like Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. And they decided to take Nilla Wafers, and in August of 2013, they took all offline marketing completely off for this brand. and they only did online. And all they did was Facebook, and they bought 5 Facebook ads. And what they found was in that 1 month, that 4-week period, they went from 15,000 likes to 356,000 likes just using 5 ads. And what they did is they monitored the ads to make sure that the ads that were working, they used more of, and the ads that weren't working, they got rid of. In August 2012 to August 2013, their sales went up 9% by taking off all of their offline media. And they also took off all of their in-store advertising. The only thing they had was Facebook ads, and their sales went up 9%. That's incredible. That's a testament to social media. I ran a survey I'm very heavily connected on social media because of what I do, so I ran a survey with my people and I asked them, so if social media is so great, what's the problem? And I'm not going to read this to you because we don't have time, but basically the negative sides is that you lack human emotion on social media. You lack human emotion on your website. But what you can do is use video. Video will help. And if you don't like doing video, you don't know how to do it anyway. And it's not really that difficult. The first time I did a video, I didn't look good, and 2 years, about a year later, I just redid them all. But you got to start someplace. We all hate how our first video looks, and it's not that difficult. Find out how to do it. Get somebody to help you with it. Here's another one, and it's just more of my survey. So this one here, it's just showing you the one up on the top left. Emotion sells. That's a text, and on the right, it's showing the exact same thing, the guys with the gal. I'm just getting my point across of emotion. Down below, that's me at a conference that I was invited to speak at last March in Salt Lake City. I didn't know any of these people when I got there. By the end, they're all hugging me, and now we've got deals going. And it's all about seeing the people. Get out there and see the people. One of the problems today is people are hiding behind their computers. They're hiding behind text. They're hiding behind email. You've got to get off the email. You've got to get back to basics and get back to bonding with people because that's what sells. So inbound marketing, push everybody to your website. Email marketing is great, but you still have to see the people because emotion sells. People will buy things from you when they know, like, and trust you. And they'll do that when you have emotion. I'm going really fast now. Marketing plan. Marketing sells stuff. But the thing is, marketing hasn't changed. It truly hasn't. It's just the communication channels have. Newspapers are going out of business. Now you got social media, now you got websites. So marketing still works. You just need to learn how to use it, and you have to have the human interaction in there. Videos can help. You can get some emotion on the internet with video, but you still have to have the human interaction. And think about it. If you forget about your personal friends and your wife and your husband or whoever, your significant other, they'll forget about you. And you'll probably lose those relationships. Business is no different. You have to stay connected. Fear, what'll take you out? Fear's going to take you out. And that's why you need a support group. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You have to learn the sales techniques to pick up the phone and learn how to take rejection. I like to say get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. Face your fear and it'll go away. Tom Hopkins, he says that you need to figure out, he's the #1 sales trainer in the world, he says that you have to figure out what your closing ratio is. So if your closing ratio is 9-to-1, you got to get 9 no's to every yes. So each time you pick up the phone and you get a no, just say, yes, I'm 1 no closer to a yes. But think about it, you just play with yourself. And they're not saying no to you, they're saying no to themselves. For whatever reason, it's not good for them. The time just isn't right, it just doesn't work out. So what social media can help you with is that top one there, 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. The bottom one, 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. That's where social media and the internet can help you because you can get more of those connections by having contact. So I've got that you're there to say you need to listen more. You need to stop talking so much. I tell people to put on their piece of paper, WAIT, why am I talking? And when someone's telling you what they need, you really want to listen because think about your own behavior. If you're someplace and you're looking to buy something and you know somebody's not listening to you, how does that make you feel? You just know they have 10 in the back room, they want to sell you this one, so it really doesn't matter what you said. You know they're not listening. You have to look at people and look them in the eye and listen to what they're saying. Read that book. Bottom line, social media on your website, use it to find people, but use face-to-face to develop relationships. That's my 3 tips. Is you gotta be on social media, it's gotta be good. You gotta have an awesome website. You have to, because that's where people are going, and it's only gonna get more common. And you have to see the people. See the people. It's not going away. How you can get more of Musil Marketing, what we do 2 things. The top thing is we've got a membership site. The membership site has 11 courses in it. That's the top one there. It's short videos, it's audio, and it's a written document. And we've got a Facebook course, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, how to do video, Google+. If you're not on Google+, typically Google+ users are geeky male types. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just who they are. It's a great place to get action. I don't mean that kind of action. If you have a question, it's a great place to get it answered. But it typically is, but the reason that you need to be on Google Plus is because Google gives you bonus points just for being there. And there's a lot more to that, but you have to be on Google Plus even if it's not your target. We have a Google Analytics course, we have a SlideShare course, Pinterest. If your target demographic is women, you've got to be on Pinterest. And it's not just for products, it's services too. We have a blogging course, how to blog, how to set up your own WordPress.org site. You can do memberships for as low as $59.95, and then there's coaching, there's group coaching calls, and there's also a private Facebook group where you can get all of your questions answered. If you're not the do-it-yourselfer type, we have a full-service team. Heather Kellman in the back of the room is on my team. We specialize in coaching, WordPress, social media, and SEO. We've also got someone out in Los Angeles who helps us with our search optimization. We guarantee our work. The reason I put all of this together is because I was burned 3 times. We probably all have. We've all hired people that they tell you you're going to get the world and you don't. And I was very dissatisfied, and I decided if they can do it that bad, I got to be able to do it better. So that's why I started Musil Marketing, and it's really taken off. So you can find more of us on the website. What we're doing is we're starting, if you have interest in coaching, because I did talk about it a lot, and I hope you don't take offense. Some of you are going to say, my God, was that just a sales job? But a lot of people would come up to me at the end and they would say, well, Julie, why don't you tell us how to get more of you? So if you want more of Musil Marketing, we're starting a coaching program this summer. And what that coaching program is, it's going to start June 1st. And when you finish it, you're going to have clarity and clearly laid out goals and a strategy of where you want to go. And then we're going to teach you how to have accountability tools to keep you on track. So you're going to get clarity, we're going to work on your goals, we're going to work on your strategy of how to get there, we're going to work on time management, because so many people don't know how to get things done anymore, because technology sucks the life out of them, and you need to learn how to get things done. And then we're going to go into social media marketing. We're going to do that with 4 live webinars, and we're going to do the private Facebook group. I've met some of my greatest affiliate partners, and I have developed some of my greatest relationships in Facebook groups because people are there in those groups just like you. So it's a great place to be. And you get a private coaching session with me. And the reason that is valuable is my background. As you notice, I really didn't tell you my background. I've been in marketing for 25 years. I am a certified business coach. I've owned 3 businesses. The businesses that I've owned, I owned a coaching franchise, and the reason I sold it was because it was a franchise. And I didn't want to be locked into a territory, but I love coaching, so I just didn't want to belong to a franchise. My offline business was an advertising business, and I sold it to my partner because I knew that advertising was changing, and I wanted to go more in the direction of social media and websites. So now my business is traditional, social, and digital media. I'm also a social media strategist, and as I said, I wrote my book last year. If you have interest in that, it's normally $5.97. That's what I'm going to sell it to the public. This is not even for sale yet, but I quick whipped this up. And I thought, well, I'm going to let them know about it, just in case they want to do it. And if you want to do it, if you want to sign up for this today, and I'm only going to offer this to this group, if you want to sign up for this, and this is an absolute killer steal of what I'm putting into this, it's $397. And what you'll get is not only all the stuff at the top, turn my laser pointer on, but this stuff at the bottom here, you're going to get all the stuff at the top that I just told you about, but you're also going to get 3 months free in the membership site where all 11 courses are. You're going to get an additional private session. So you're going to get your private session up there. You're going to get another additional private coaching session down here, so you get 2 private coaching sessions. And we'll take a look at your website and your social media and give you an actual recommendation of what you're not doing and what you should do. This is, the value of this is at least $2,000. And am I crazy for doing it? Probably. But I wanted to give you something. So what we just passed out was an order form. It's only good for today. And I'm not going to sell this at this again. So you can only buy it for that today. You can fill out that form if you like. Or if you don't want to fill out the form, because sometimes you don't want to put your credit card on a form, Heather over here will actually sign you up right there if you want to do it right there. And you also get a copy of my book. So that's the deal that I'll give you today, if you like. But I just wanted to leave with you something instead of walking out with nothing. Does anybody have any questions? I know that was a lot. I know. Yes?
What do you mean by slide share?
SlideShare is when you put together, like I could take my PowerPoint presentation and it wouldn't have sound because there's no sound on SlideShare, but it's just you have to, when you put together a SlideShare presentation, you kind of have to put it together so people can understand every slide without having sound.
So the words read.
Yes. Anybody else have a question?
What were the names of the books that you
The
said?
books that you should read, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This one here. And the second one is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, which is this one right here. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, T. Harv Eker, E-K-E-R. And then The Power of Discipline, this one by Brian Tracy. This is an awesome book, and it's not just for business, this goes into your personal life also. Excellent book, really easy read. Anybody else have any questions? And then we'll pick the prize. Anybody else have any questions?
We want to thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Very inspiring. Very
I
inspiring.
hope you got a lot of nuggets out of that. Because I could go on for hours.